Say again. Say it again.
Fathers deserve as much love as mothers.
Oh, big facts. All right.
Welcome to the Code 99 podcast. It's your boy Carl G, episode 19.
Yes.
Yes.
Es
19.
9. My boy Myron and my boy Spradamungo. Those Gucci guys.
What's up? What's up?
First and foremost, happy Father's Day, Sprad.
Thank you. Thank you.
Happy Mofo Father's Day, man.
Thank you. Thank you. Y'all time is coming soon. I'm putting it in the air.
Not that in the next 20 years.
Wow.
No, I don't know.
I'm about to say,
That's gonna
damn,
happen.
you trying to be a 50-year-old with kids?
Oh,
Like,
hell no, bro.
And by the time they're in college, he's gonna be 70 trying to
Nope.
let me
Fuck that
Let
shit.
me help him with this passport.
throw this football with you, huh?
Screw that shit. No, if by that time, if that's when I have kids, I'm like, nah, fuck that. I'm not doing it. Nope. I'm not raising no kids at like 50 years old. Nope.
I'm raising kids at 50. Yeah, we're be in the next 5 years. I don't know.
My niece turned 30 before I turned 30. So I can only imagine how my knees are gonna turn when they're 50.
Oh,
Bro, my knees, my back turned 40 before I turned 30. So
Exactly. So like, bro.
I could agree with that one. My hair turned 50 before I turned 50.
better take a book out of Jordan than shit.
Nah. Nah. Only book I'm gonna be taking out his page is that bank account. I'm like, fuck out of here.
Wow.
Understood.
Before we get into Father's Day topic, I just gotta call a spread on his boy Giannis on second last game because you said he got it, like he has that it, but I don't think he's that it, bro, because Kevin Durant showed him out. He didn't even guard him, and he's a defensive player of the year, bro. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna stick by my statement. I think he has it. He
He's
is.
that guy, man. I just don't.
I think he is miscast. He is not. He is not a stretch big. He's not a wing. He's an interior presence. Unfortunately, the game is not where it is anymore. Game is tight. You throw the ball in the low post. You give it to your best low post. No, the game doesn't work like that. But I think in the next couple of years, once his role changes and we really figure out the best fit for Giannis, which is not a playmaking forward or perimeter guy, I think we'll find out if he's an actual, a guy that has the it.
Is it him or the coaching? Like the staff around him.
Is it him or the coach?
Because there was a play last night where Harden was guarding him, and he posted him up and faded on him when James Harden was playing on one. He's playing on one leg, bro. He could blew past him and dunked it on somebody. So right on the line. So whose fault is that? Is that him not like his IQ not up there, or just like the coach is making him shoot too much?
I think it's a combination of both. I don't think the coach has to tell you you're 7-1.
Right.
Why are you ISOing James Harden as if, your skill set is that of a KD? I don't.
Well, he could. No, he got ISO James Harden, but he had him on a block. There's no need to fade.
Yeah, bro.
He just went straight to the rim.
All he had to do was spin off him and lay it out like a long layup or like.
Well, you draw the double
team. He waved off help. He said, "I got this."
Yeah. Like, he waved it off too, bro. Like with James Harden on the one, he's playing on one leg, bro. He's not even 100%.
I'll say this. He's just seeing two different levels of greatness. Like we trying to compare Giannis to Kevin Durant. They're two different players.
I'm not.
That's where it is. You saying like he dropped 30 last night. He had like 30 and 11. Like he did his thing too. It's just like Kevin Durant's on another level.
I'm not saying he can't play. That man can obviously play. I just don't think he's the man. Like you see how like KD, yes, we know he can play, but he showed up and he was like, bro, I'm gonna play every fucking minute of this game and I'm gonna drop a 50-point triple double, bro. Like
What about the 2 games before that?
I don't think Giannis can will.
No. What's his excuse of 2 games before that? Like he had a great game. I'm not gonna. Obviously, that's probably the greatest Kevin Durant game possible. You know, but
my only argument about the 2 prior
2 games
games
before that when Giannis outperformed him and beat him. The series ain't over. I'm just saying Giannis had his games too. We can't really.
Bro. I guess I'm not trying. I'm not conveying what I'm trying to say. Because I'm not saying like he's not playing. He doesn't play well. I'm not saying that he can't play. I just don't think he has like. He don't has that swag. I don't think he has that that chip on his shoulder. Like Steph Curry literally shooting threes and he's like fucking shimmying down the fucking the court. Like he don't got it. He don't got that. Like I think
that goes back to what Sprad says about the just a different type of skill set. You're not gonna ask Shaq to do that either.
Shaq was literally over here like pointing to the fans out here catching alleys from like Kobe. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about skill set or like comparing him to anybody. I just don't think he's that dude. Like I don't think he's that.
He dunked on Durant before, right? When he like called that and like yelled on him and like totally made him look like a bitch. And you ain't gonna say that then. I mean, but I get where you said he needs to step up more.
He needs a elite wing player with him, a guard.
Yeah. He need help. Like, come on, like Durant.
So you guys are saying that he's just because he's like
he's a center. He's a center. He's not in
the wrong system, so it doesn't like put him in like the best place. Like he's just playing off raw talent.
He could be a number 1 guy.
He's definitely a number 1 guy.
He could definitely be a number 1 guy. He don't have the right pieces around him to make him like that. Like Kevin Durant put the right pieces around him. People used to question Kevin Durant growing up too. He was
a killer though.
Huh?
To the playoffs until they lose a 3-1 or 3-1 lead.
Not always a killer. He's more skilled. I can't say a killer. He's more skilled.
Do you don't think KD's a killer?
Nah, that's not what I'm saying.
Is Steph Curry a killer?
No, I'm talking about he has a legit skill set. Like that's why when you say, he comes. Kevin Durant knows that he's coming in to score 30, 40 a game. Like he is built to do that. Giannis is playing off raw athleticism, strength, explosiveness, and when he gets shut out of the paint, he's forced to be this wing player that he is not, and people get upset at him.
Yeah, exactly.
He's talking about he needs to shoot the 3 better. He's not going to. It doesn't happen for everyone. We've seen it time after time.
People niggas say the same thing about Ben Simmons. Give him the benefit of the doubt too.
He's just that dude. Brad. He got that dude on his team though, Joel Embiid.
And then they got the right coach to put him in there and make it right. Regardless of his stats, his value is still the same. I don't want to discredit what Milwaukee has. Them putting like these mid-level players around them and like it could be great pieces. I'm not saying that they don't have great pieces, but the Nets also have great pieces around them. But they also have 2 other superstars besides Kevin Durant and great pieces around them. Besides that, Giannis and a few good pieces around him.
I don't know.
You don't have the space to do all
that. Every great player is needs the right system, the right team to like exceed. Don't get me wrong, but we all knew Kobe Bryant was gonna. He's like he just had it. Like he could just go out there and ball, and like we know he was like gonna make this clutch ass play and dagger this team. Like you know what I'm saying? I know what you guys are saying about his Giannis' skill set, and he's not built to like that. And why you think I'm trying to compare? I'm not trying to compare it to nobody. I know what he's capable of. Give him the paint, he's gonna destroy somebody because he's gonna get around you, and he's just that athletic and stuff like that. I just don't think he got what those dudes had.
I get what you're saying.
Now
you don't have that it factor.
Yeah.
No, I mean I get what you're saying. You don't believe he has that it factor.
No, he's just a skilled basketball player. I feel like all these double MVPs and MVP and Defensive Player of the Year kind of got to his head, and I think he's just raw talent. He's good. I just don't think he's gonna be like a Steph Steph Curry in the sense of like, yo, I'm gonna be the face of this fucking team, and I'm gonna do everything in my like. I don't like. Maybe it has to do. Maybe what it's about. I don't know. I just don't, like. I feel like Chris Middleton has it than Giannis. To be honest, not to make that rhyme, but
no, I think you're still going on skill set.
No, bro, I'm not thinking about skill set, bro.
Think about this team too. Think about when LeBron went back to the Cavaliers and he had Kyrie Irving. He needed Kyrie Irving in a lot of those situations to score for him.
We knew, but LeBron was that dude.
But you understand? But
I'm not worried about the other people around. I'm just. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that Giannis is that dude, bro. I just don't think. I just don't.
Yeah, it's funny. I just don't.
I'm not down on his skill, and I'm not trying to compare his skill set. But just
can't take the last shot. You saying?
I think he's a 1. Maybe he's just not a 1 in today's generation era of basketball.
He's a bro. He is definitely a fucking unicorn, bro. Like I don't know where to put him. I don't know. I just know like he's unstoppable inside the paint.
So what about this? If you get it, besides that play against James Harden, if he get a situation where he gets to paint 1-on-1 with somebody with 5 seconds left, you trust him to score?
No, because they're gonna foul him. He's gonna miss free throws.
Okay. All right. Myron says, "Fuck Giannis." Step your mama mentality up.
Man, I always said 1 MVP, cool. 2 MVPs,
no, it's not. He deserved it.
Either the one where he has the best. What was the first one? He had the best record in the league, right?
He has the best record for both of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. All I know is D-Wade don't have one, so fuck that. I don't care about MVP like that.
And D-Wade had that hit, right? Even though he couldn't shoot. That's what I'm saying. D-Wade wasn't the best shooter. He still had that it factor. He was still that dude. Win or lose, you know he was gonna do something like kill it out.
That was a fact.
That's what I'm trying to explain. I'm not worried about him not shooting.
Or what?
I said that was a fact.
That's a fact. Oh.
Even on the losing team, like Dwayne Wade's over here, like just killing it. Because you know he was that dude on the floor.
On a winning team. Well, I don't know. You know, I get what you're saying. He has time to grow. You know, I don't know.
I think I think he's still young, bro. Too. He's still young, so like he still has a lot to learn.
He wasn't even supposed to be this kind of player. That's the funny part. He wasn't even supposed to be the leader of the squad. He was.
That's what I think it is. I think people are forcing him into. I think he's the second. He's supposed to be like the second best player on your team. I don't think he's the best player on your team. Like he's not Michael Jordan. He's Scottie Pippen. I guess that's what I'm trying to convey.
So he's a 2 then. He's not a 1.
Yeah, like I think he's Kyrie Irving, not LeBron James. That's
wait. What's AD?
Now or back? Because now you can't do that because like obviously he has to be. I don't know what's wrong with AD. He needs to be number 1 in LA. To be honest.
Wait.
He's number 1 in certain situations.
LeBron James is still LeBron James, bro. Like I don't know when the fuck this dude's not gonna just not be good anymore. So like,
oh no, well.
So AD and Giannis are different from Embiid. Embiid, we always knew he had it in him, but it seemed like he had to take the game seriously until this year.
He was always goofing off.
Right, but we always knew he had it in him.
Not for nothing. When Giannis goes against AD, he dominates him too. It's not like he looks like a little nigga. Like
it's 2 different games.
It's one of those
Anthony
things.
Davis work for his money.
You know the series that just happened where like Joe Kick and Dame was just going back and forth in that one game. That's like a testament to like I can't put Giannis in that stratosphere because like I said, like in that last night's game, why aren't you like KD's killing ya? Why aren't you jumping on this man? Even if the coach showed you no, why aren't you telling Switch I got him?
He got time
like
to grow.
even Pat Bev the other game was literally like taking it to Donovan Mitchell, and he's not even your best player, but he's
you know what it is.
Got that LeBron, he got that energy, bro.
LeBron used to be the same way though when he was younger in the playoffs. When it comes down to it, he used to, and he'll have like triple doubles, and people was not discredit him, but like just say like just didn't rise to those occasions when needed to be. Like you could tell he like kind of fell. He kind of fell.
We all knew he was still a prodigy though.
That's what I'm saying. I believe Giannis is still a prodigy. I get what you're saying as far as like you don't rise to that occasion like when you need him the most. When it's like okay, now you see KD coming after you. Why are you not stepping up to this? And like you're not making the right decisions. Like that takes time.
It's easier to guard the
win organization as well. Huh?
It's easier to guard the paint than the perimeter.
True.
Yeah, and I'd say this one more time. Well, not one more time, but I'll say this another time. You should have went to fucking Miami. I bet you would have learned that shit real quick. You know what I'm saying? Teach him how to win for real, for real.
Giannis in Miami.
At least he don't got the pressure because Jimmy Butler would have been like the face of that team, and he would have done it. Like I think that's what it is. I think he's just not. I don't think Giannis is cut out for the limelight. I think he's just like, yeah, I'll do what I'm supposed to do and play my game, but I'm not. I think he wants to be that megastar, but I don't think he's cut out to be it.
Ooh, you're saying a lot, man. What Giannis do to you?
No, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. Just every time I see him play, I'm like, oh, cool. He can play. It's just that he doesn't give me that. He just doesn't do it for me. And I love inside game. I love when people drive to the paint and do all that crazy shit. And like, so he's up there with my game. I like the mid range and the post game. So I just don't. I don't know, man.
All right, Giannis, you got one more hater. Nah, I understand.
Who do you think is better? Rate these people from 1 to 3. Giannis, Joel Embiid, and Anthony Davis.
Are we off skill set?
Skill set, just like
no injury, just skill set.
We're not talking about injuries and stuff like that. But I mean, I guess that's a part of it. But
go first, Myron. Go first.
Of just pure basketball, like who plays, I'm going to pick only AD better because he shoots the ball better, and then Giannis, and then Joel.
Turn Sprad.
Embiid, AD, Giannis.
I put Giannis, AD, and Embiid.
You put Giannis off just straight basketball?
Yeah, I mean, as far as one-on-one matchups.
That's crazy that we had 3 different fucking
word.
No, I mean, yeah, skill set. Like you could get praise due to like Joel Embiid for being 7-1 dude shooting threes. I ain't gonna say he shoot better threes than Giannis. He obviously do, right? But Giannis got better ball handling than both of them.
That don't mean he got stripped by James Harden, like he said.
Right, but that's a 6'5" dude guarding on the perimeter. Like talking about compared to.
He's been criticized for more than half his career for not playing defense.
Listen.
Wait, that's
what I'm saying. You say he got stripped on the perimeter. Are you going to see Joel Embiid or are you going to see Anthony Davis do that?
No, they stay within their game.
Huh?
They stay within their game.
All right then.
But their game
is their game. Giannis is the best at it, but he has some playmaking skills.
But their game is their game, regardless if it's regular season or postseason. We can't say that.
All right, now going back to one-on-one matchups, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you see Giannis versus Embiid, they always have big games, but Giannis always rises to the occasion, regardless. You could guard the perimeter, right? So if Embiid is shooting a 3, Giannis could step up on that. It's not like, and then what happened to Giannis step on it? He's not going to get Giannis off the dribble. He can't do that. Giannis got him. He has to pass it out. Period. The way around, if you give too much space to Giannis, he could set up his shot. He can make it. If you step up on him, he could drive on you. Same thing when it comes to Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis might be a better matchup, but I feel like Giannis just has more of a strength advantage when it comes to that. If he plays physical with Anthony Davis, it's a wrap. Anthony Davis can shoot, but he's lengthy. Giannis is lengthy.
If AD played the 5, I would put him number 1.
Nah, you know what? I don't even respect both of them because both of them don't even know how to average 10 fucking rebounds in a season. Like that's even how you don't average 10 rebounds a game, bro. Like you a big man, you can't average 10 rebounds a game. Bro. Like you're 7 feet. Like that doesn't even make any sense to me. Like Anthony Davis, okay, I get it. He's a little smaller, like 6'10". Embiid, that doesn't make any sense.
Embiid averages 10. Watch him out, bro. What you talking about? Check his career.
Oh, I know. I'm talking about this year.
Embiid, bro?
His stats this year.
Yo, my son was like, wait, maybe because of the end. Embiid, come on, bro. Don't violate.
Not violate. This is if it was Shaq, it would be legitimate. You gonna tell him the same thing?
Fuck Shaq.
He said he averaged 10 rebounds.
Bro, Embiid put up 28.5 and 10.5 rebounds.
There's a lot of games. Well, there's a lot of games, especially in the playoffs, that he hasn't done it.
Yeah, due to injury. But yeah, due to injury. But he averaged a double for his career though.
I know that part. What about Anthony Davis?
And let me see, AD. But then again, it goes to athleticism. Giannis, the way he jumping up there on them boards. Damn, where he at? AD averaged, damn, yeah. He averaged 7.9 rebounds this year.
Yikes.
And 9.3 last year.
Right? So when he actually stepped up and played with a star, he couldn't do it.
That's usually what happens when you play with LeBron.
I'm just saying. No, you're right about that. But still.
Because the Boss was averaging like 6 rebounds playing with LeBron. Like,
you stupid. I don't think that would happen with Giannis though. I think Giannis will still keep his points. The way he scores is just easy. He don't need and people forget this too. He averaged like 30 minutes a game. He don't play a lot of minutes a game. So like imagine him getting like 35, 36 minutes a game. He play regular numbers. Like he don't play outside of that.
You said Embiid?
Giannis.
That's probably what Myron was talking about. I think that's what he was trying to say.
To our valued audience members, it will be an honor for us to get your feedback. And one way you could do that is by leaving us a review and rating on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor, or wherever you go to listen to them. This not only helps us know what you guys think of the show, but it helps us get some visibility on those platforms. Also, don't forget to follow us on our Instagram, Twitter pages. We also got TikTok, Facebook. That's where we'll be giving you guys any updates to keep you guys informed what's going on, and also gives us a chance to interact with you guys. So stay tuned to see what we're going to unlock next. Peace. Understood.
But yes, topic.
Fuck this guy.
No, we talked a little bit about basketball as we usually do. Topic of show is, excuse me, is Father's Day. So,
Yes, sir.
Father's
And
Day.
as Sprad being the only father,
Yeah, I want to know what's Father's Day like, because I don't honestly know. All I know is that I used to give my uncles and my dad when he was around gifts and tell them Happy Father's Day. But I don't know. I've never like sat down and asked anybody what's it feel like to like have a Father's Day. I guess that's it's the best way to ask.
Yeah, what does it feel to be a father, Sprad? Let us give us some
Your
insight.
father?
Yeah.
Obviously it comes with a lot of responsibility. I think, well, you guys don't know yet, but you don't know what it's like until you become a parent, and then you start thinking like, oh wow, I'm a father, so this is what my dad had to do, and then you start thinking of ways how, you know, you're gonna, start your own journey and things you're gonna do your own way as a father. Best, it's a great feeling to be honest. Especially when you have a close relationship with your kid, it's like the best thing in the world. It's like literally like you are given like a created player or like a doll, and you just can fix it any way you can. And yes, it may malfunction. Uh, well, kids don't malfunction. Toys and dolls do, or video games. But sometimes things don't work out, and you got to just shuffle the pieces, and figure it out. You may be putting something in your kid's head the way you trying to create a doll, and sometimes they don't come out the way you want, but that's the journey of being a father and raising a kid. Um, for me, obviously, I wish it would have happened a little later, probably the age I am now, instead of my early, almost mid 20s. But I get to see my kids grow up. A lot of people have kids at a later age, and nobody knows how long they're gonna be on this earth. So I can say when my daughters are older, I'll be of age. I'll still be young. I won't be as young as I am today, but I'll still get to experience the bigger moments in life.
How was it being a father at a young age?
Scary. It was scary. I was freaking out, as you would know, cause
Yeah, I
I was
remember
freaking
those.
out, and I had a few mishaps when I was in up in down in CUNY, and I was trying to figure that out, relationship, and of course, I have an interesting story, but it was scary because it's just like, what the fuck do I do at this point? I don't have all the answers. I don't have all the resources, and 7 years later, um, I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing all right. I'm not there yet, but things are going well. Um, I think I had a couple friends who just recently became parents. What I tell everyone is reality hits you when you leave the hospital. When you're at the hospital, the doctors, the midwives, the nurses, or whatever, they're there for assistance, and you can go home if you don't, stay overnight or whatever the case is. But once you leave the hospital, is when it really sets in. It's like, oh, this shit is real. You're on your own. No more training wheels.
I hear that. A lot of sleepless nights, right?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
do
Some.
What is your
So
most favorite
yeah.
memory so far from being a dad?
Most favorite
Yeah, your
memory.
fondest memory.
Fondest memory.
So far, because you're a dad for the rest of your life, so you probably.
Yeah, and that, and then for those who don't know, I have 5 nieces, and for the most part, I see all of them. Probably 3 or 4 of them, like most of the time. So
Sprad's a girl dad, by the way.
yeah, but I am.
Congrats.
2 girls, 5 nieces. All around the same age, a year apart. Ages is from 6 all the way up until the oldest is, well, my niece is 12, not mine. Fondest memory. What was it? I don't think I have a fondest memory, but I can name like 2 moments. The things that I love the most is waking up to a good morning hug and I love you, daddy. Like that's like the greatest feeling in the world. Especially, I wake up pretty early, as you guys know. So I'm up early. So just those mornings, I have the baby. Well, she's not a baby, but I have my daughter beside me, and she wakes up, hugs me, says "I love you" before she's like fully awake. That's like the best moment. Um, Second favorite moment is just being able to have like a deep conversation. Like, and they're only 7, but just when you have that connection and the conversation is flowing and you can tell they're listening to you and they can put things together from the previous conversation and things that they're learning on a day-to-day basis, and it's just like, wow, like I'm really having like this kind of conversation with my child, something you helped create it. So I think that's the best part, or my two favorite.
Don't get emotional now, Sprad.
Nah, nah. um yeah, I love it.
What's the best gift your daughter's ever given you?
Best gift? Good question, because it just came up on my I think it was my Snapchat memory. Yeah, it was my Snapchat memory. Uh the younger one, she moved out of state a couple years ago, and I didn't know she was coming up for Father's Day. I think this was 2 years ago. Yeah, the summer before the pandemic. So that was just like her surprise was just like that's like my best gift so far. That and the fact that they consider it. They don't have jobs, and then my nieces as well. They don't have jobs, so it's just like, what can we get him? And having those conversations is fun because, especially Amaya, like she knows what I like, and she'll like, I'm gonna make sure see if I can get money from mommy or grandpa to buy you a watch or a Batman this because she knows I'm a fan of Batman.
What's the hardest thing about being a dad?
Hardest thing, two things: patience and communication with uh the other parent. So that's the hardest thing. Unfortunately, I wasn't one of those who
I'm sure you know about that very well.
you know, fortunately, I wasn't one of those who was married and then had kids. So it didn't pan out that way for me. And it's alright. My daughters are alive and they're doing well. I have a very strong and closer relationship with one another, but I'm not afraid to admit my mistakes. But definitely patience, because these days, you're stressed, and all three of us definitely been there. Especially working at the same company, you're stressed, overtime, and putting all these hours in, and then you're trying to make time for yourself, and then boom, okay, it's daddy and daughter day or weekend or whatever activity, and then you may not be tired, or like the kid's gonna be a kid. They're hyper. You have to tell them things multiple times, or you can't tell them no because they don't know what no means, no matter if you translate it in a different language, if you're from a foreign country or not. So patience and yeah, definitely communication with the other parent, and that's about it. That's the hardest part. I think most people, because I've had this conversation before, they believe money is just like, oh yeah, financially I can't afford a kid and whatnot. Ladies and gentlemen, probably 85% of us weren't playing the right way. So that's going to be a money issue across the board. It's not really money. It's more about having a plan, sticking to the plan, and doing what's best in the interest of your child. And fathers
I got a
deserve
question
as much
now.
love as mothers.
Say it again.
Fathers deserve as much love as mothers.
Oh, big facts.
All right, so that was gonna go back to my. Well, that was gonna go to my next question anyway. Um, So, what does Father's Day mean to you?
That's a good question. What does Father's Day mean to me?
Ryan, you can answer this too, because it's everyone celebrates Father's Day.
Just a celebration for those those fatherly figures. It doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't have to be blood. It doesn't have to be the person who made you. It could be all those people that like kind of like set the example and guided you to the tough times or the good times. Equal times. So yeah, it's a celebratory day for those, and like Sprad said, like dads deserve like the same affection as moms do. I know sometimes moms, whether a good or a bad case, always gets the upper hand, it sucks, but but yeah, definitely like celebrate
Why do
those
you think that is?
Huh?
Why do you think that is that? Why do you think that is?
I
Like
mean,
the
we don't
stigma.
have vaginas, and we don't push these kids out, so they automatically win. I don't argue with it. I'm just calling it out. I'm not arguing with it. I call it out. Like,
Oh,
Wait. Quick question. Is that just an American thing?
no, that's a global thing. That's a whole world
Oh,
thing. No matter what culture, no matter what color you are, no matter what language you speak, mothers always have the upper hand, no matter the situation.
run the world. Nah, yo. All right. Well, it's funny because I heard Sprad say that God, fathers deserve as much love as mothers do. And it's funny because my father used to say that all the time. He says, he never appreciated as much as your mom would be. They don't get celebrated as much. I'm just like, yo, and when they go down to like maybe what gender roles are, like
Yeah,
what
shitty
a
gender
male is supposed
roles.
to provide and do, like I don't know, like I want to know Sprad say, since you're a father, what do you see on both sides? I'm not there yet, so I ain't gonna dibble dabble. I'm gonna be honest. I grew up, my mom in the house. I'm gonna say she played. I had my father around. She played both roles. Since the fact, I get the whole fact that playing both roles, because if you're a single parent, like I don't see a lot of males say that if it's a single dad, they use like raising a kid by themselves. Do they get do they get celebrated for Mother's Day? You know what I mean? Like like why do you think that is though?
um, what do you think that is? Oh, let me make one comment. Carlton, you just stated that you grew up in under your mom's household, but you did have your dad in your life. And most situations like that, I feel like the child, the children tend to speak about their mom a lot more than their dad. I don't know if you disagree or agree, but what I was gonna say is, with that being said, you've probably talked about your dad as much as your mom, since I've known you. It was never just my mom, my mom, my mom, my mom. You definitely have like spoke about your dad a lot, and obviously that is a credit to his role and influence in your life. So let me just put that out there. Um, I don't know. At first, I was thinking maybe it was an American thing, and maybe in other countries where like it's a little bit dated and like men is just like held in high regards and as the king of the castle and things of that. But I wish I knew from my experience. I got girls, so it's different, you know. It's not but girls across the board in the family. Well, it's some boys, but they favor their dad. But I guess the next 10 to 15 years is when I'll see they'll get a little older and the attachment may not be there as much, but the love and respect will. I don't know. That's a tough question. I wonder why it's like that. I don't know.
I
Is
think it
it the
goes back to like
advertisement? Is it? Do you think it's through like advertisement and the marketing, like the narrative? It's just like movies play a role too. It's I don't know what it is. That's a good question.
do you think like or at least historically, do you think is it because tend to spend more time with their children or have more time? Like males usually have to be the ones working most of the time, working late nights as moms. You have to take care of the children. Have to do one, and even go back down to like the beginning, like Myron said, hey, you fucking come out of a woman's vagina, like that's the attachment right then and there. Like y'all motherfuckers share the same blood, vein, whatever else you put in the fetus, that's connected to you. When he was hungry or when the child was hungry, she was hungry. She felt that,
You know
Go
what?
down
That's
to that
weird.
bond. Go
You
down
said.
to breastfeeding too, That like just having that, like I'm not even trying to like get be funny, but like those are different bonds that ain't no male can compare that. You can't do that. So I wonder if that's a part of it. I'm just saying that these are just thoughts popping up in my brain about it. I don't want nobody thinking I'm just being ignorant saying this stuff. I love to say both sides, and just give people insight. But
You know what?
there's a lot to it though.
I think it is that causing. And before I speak again, I guess we all can share how it was in our lifestyle. I guess I'll start off. I lived with both of my parents. I lived with both parents at home. I lived with both parents at home up until 14, where my dad passed away. And my mom was the breadwinner. Working, bringing in income, taking care of most of the responsibilities as a parent should. Um, part of it does play to what Carl said. We come out of a woman, and then you just have those early years where it's just like the nurturing of a mother. When you're sick, you go to your mother. Your mom's the one taking you to the doctor. Usually, there are fathers who do that. When you want to be coddled and held, and comfort is usually your mother. Um, I feel like with the dad, it's more about. I don't. I'm not. I'm gonna come back to that, but I'm gonna let Myron share his. I
I like how you start with some funny stuff.
had some things to say, but I was like, it's gonna be a little. I think
Before I say something.
more traditional things where it's just like the dad's supposed to be like the aggressor or like the
Authoritative.
The handyman, and and I'm like, what? We live in a world now where it's just not really like that. It's more about what do you bring to the table, regardless if you're a male or female or mother or father in this conversation.
Big facts.
Hey man, yeah, I want you to or if you want to, I'll just share to give us some insight about your life.
Oh no,
What's up, bro?
my dad left like around like my mom and my dad got divorced like around my long like I think it was like preteen if I remember correctly. But my dad was in and out all the time. But yeah, I was never close to my dad. He was just weird. So, no, yeah.
Was there any time that you recognized him as a father, or was it mostly just your mother?
It was more. It was one of those situations where like he was my dad because they told me he was my dad. But I never like he never did any like father figure. So that was always my uncles coming in and like whether it was scolding me or like taking me to places and stuff like that. My uncles came in and did that for me. But my dad never he was he was to par, bro. He should take dad off his resume. Dad by DNA, honestly. Or but yeah, it's whatever. Like when he was around, he was just did his part. Like I honestly like it's been so long from that time that I honestly don't even have like any like memories of hanging out with him. About like there's like probably like a handful that I remember. Because he was a trucker, so he was in home a lot, or he was always sleeping and work and then go to work. And obviously my mom worked and I was going to school, so I didn't, yeah. And then by the time one of my earliest memories of my dad was probably like he got tired of me because I think I accidentally threw my toy at him because I was an asshole when I was younger. And I think he scolded at me. But that's literally honestly like I don't remember much.
I'm sorry. If I would have threw a toy at my dad, oh god.
Got you.
Yeah, he was tight at me. I'll never forget that thing. That's probably what I remember because he was hella tight. He was like he was always like low key like lenient but not lenient. Like he always let my mom take care of the scolding. So
Same in my household, yeah.
Nah, it was
Carlson,
my
to be
dad.
honest,
My mom didn't do no scolding.
I think you got the best representation of what a father should be out of the three
honestly,
of us.
1000%.
I mean, well, I was gonna ask you, Sprad, too, because I was gonna say I was gonna share some to and add to the next question. But before I go, I wanted to ask you, how was it with your father? Any memories you want to share before, or
Oh, okay. My dad taught me how to ride a bike, uh, basketball. He didn't teach me how to skate, but I definitely went skating with him. I put that together for my love of extreme sports. Um, I remember, going to Rosedale Park, playing basketball with him. I remember riding my bike around the Bronx with him, riding my bike to Orchard Beach in the summer. I remember having foot races with my dad. Could not beat him as a kid, but I was pretty fast runner as a kid, and I could not beat his old ass. Um, all as far as like knowing about pop culture and like movies and all of that stuff from like the late 90s and early 2000s, like all of that stuff, movies, Martin, Fresh Prince, all of that, all from my dad. If I left that up to my mom, I wouldn't know shit. Like to be honest, and I love my mom. I know all about R. Kelly's music because of my dad.
Boo, none of them stuff.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Ladies don't hate me for that one. Another memory, like I tend to do this too. I think a lot of people do when you're cleaning up. You tend to put music on or whatever to put you in a good mood because nobody really likes cleaning up. Like let's be serious. So I always remember coming home and he'll be like singing and dancing in the middle of cleaning. It was usually to R. Kelly, to be honest, or
yikes.
or like Heavy D or like some old school rap groups or whatnot. Um, I knew about the Bulls and Michael Jordan through my dad. I knew about Mike Tyson and him being the baddest man on the planet through my dad. Like I remember hearing my dad say like this is the baddest man on the planet. Him having VHS tapes of Tyson and Jordan games. Yeah, and my silly cool, calm, collective personality. That's definitely all my dad. So yeah, rest in peace to him.
Respect. Yeah, I mean, I, I I was surprised that you said that though. That you said I had the best representation though.
I think you do, to be honest.
No, I agree with Brad.
I
Because
mean,
your
yeah,
dad
I mean,
doesn't have to be in your household to be a dad. And the fact that he
yeah.
still
I
reaches
mean,
out to you and you guys have that relationship and that bond just shows how much
okay,
like he obviously gives and cares about you and stuff like that and cares about
yeah, for
the
sure, for
the, the
sure.
thing that he chose, the life he chose, being a dad. So because
Yeah.
anyone
Nah,
could be a
he
dad, but everyone could be a dad, but you have to choose that like to be able to do those
I
things.
know, it's funny. Okay, I appreciate that though. And it's funny because if he ever hear this, he'd be like, he'd put a smile on his face to hear that shit. Nah, because it's funny because he'd be like, yeah, he really feel like he don't get appreciated enough and all that sort of stuff. And me and him always have deep conversations. And it's funny because I think we're able to have the deep conversations for the fact that he wasn't raised in his household. But every time that we are together we have like it's always deep. It's always something. It's always long stories. It's always long conversations. It's never like we just there. You know what I'm saying? Like he's always trying to teach me something, and I'm always there to listen. And then as I got older, it was more like certain things he taught me when I was young. I got to see, and now when I'm talking to him now, like I could share something back with him. You know, he's a little older now too. He's in his 70s. Old motherfucker. He about to move to Florida too. Yeah, it was. I mean, it wasn't. I ain't gonna make it seem like it was peachy keen. There was a lot of bumps and roads growing up. A lot of things that obviously, if he was in the household, it'd be a lot better for me. But
Um,
again, I'll be discredited to like all my fucking siblings. You know what I'm saying? We all went through the same problem, so we made the best out of the situation. My dad definitely, especially talking to him now, like just like he definitely cares, obviously, and just like he felt a lot of regrets growing up and like what he didn't get to do and connection he had with all of us, and stuff like that. But even now I tell him like don't even trip, like But yeah,
yeah, I can relate a little bit to that. Yeah, yeah, definitely.
he a good pot. He did the best he could, especially from like his past. Like I'm not gonna share that, but it wasn't the best. Like when like you said, Sprad, when you became a father, you wasn't ready to be a father. And it was the same thing with him. It wasn't like he was like at that space to become one, even though he was one. And but maturity, life experiences helped him and get there. And he was definitely a community guy. So like a lot of the stuff that he taught me, he would teach to anybody that was right in front of him. And he worked, he worked in my school in middle school. First he volunteered, and then when they made their own school, they like when they branched off, they gave him a job, and he does a lot of basketball coaching. A lot of people know him as coach, like and so he's like a good community leader in that standpoint. He about to move out the neighborhood though, so he ain't gonna be there for everybody. But yeah, that's the kind of dude he is, the OG of the block. But my next question, because y'all said that, but not even because y'all said that, like, Sprad, you're already a father, but Myron, like, do you plan on becoming a father, right? No,
Not too
not
soon.
now, obviously, not now. I'm saying, like, in your lifetime, you will want to
On the
become a
road.
father.
I've always wanted to be that. I feel like I'll be good at it. It's just one of those things where like I want to be able to like. No, when I was younger, I'm not gonna lie, it was one of those things where I'm like, yo, I'm just gonna prove to like the shitty dads who are out there like mine, like it's not that hard of a job to be like, oh, you gotta just be there for your kids, you know?
Yeah. So what are some things that some dues, like some things that you would take from your father, and some things that you do better?
I'll
Mm.
leave everything that my dad did behind. Cause obviously, like the thing is like besides that bad representation of what a dad should be, I've grown up
Yeah.
with different perceptions. Like my uncles raise their kids differently, so I have that. I also have friends who raise their kids a
It
certain
don't have
way.
to be so. It don't have to necessarily be your father. It could be just like a
No,
father figure, like
no, yeah. So
some like key traits that you would like to take from what you learned, or some things that you didn't like that you would say like if I was a dad, I'll do this differently.
no,
Both
yeah, just
like both.
like um, just to be like there, like just to be like there, have that like communication with your kids, because I feel like all my uncles they do that no matter what. Like they could be pissed at their kids and they're like, "Yo, you good?" And they'll like check up on them and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
and the fact that like they go their kids go way out of their way to make sure that they're good, which is dope. That means they did something right, like they that because they acknowledge the fact that he like they were there and he cares and puts the effort into it. So like obviously like they trying to like return that. So yeah, to be honest, that's the only takeaway. Just like learn how to just be there. Like like
mm-hmm.
it's not that hard to check up on somebody, like and stuff like that.
I know what you mean.
That
What about
was
you, bro?
um
Some
thing.
things you learned from your dad that you said this a little bit earlier. You said some things that you took from your dad. But like, what you want to share some of those and some things that you want to do better?
Okay. The number when my girls was born, the number one thing I was just like, I can't be complacent with just one regular old like minimum wage job or anything like that. So that's my thing, and I'm just like, you know what? Even if you find something better, keep continuing till you find something better. Either better meaning it's something you're very passionate about and that you love, regardless if the income is great or not, or better in regards that financially you'll be preset to take care of your kids. Um, so that's one thing. One thing I learned is the two of you probably well, sorry, Myron, but Carlton, you probably maybe I both can relate to it where it's just like after a certain while your parents still tries to be like your disciplinary figure, and then it's just like, nah, I'm not 12 no more. I need you to be more like my friend. I'm about to hit my 30s. I don't need a disciplinary,
Yeah, like they
role.
still trying to like control your life in a way, right? Like you can
Right.
advise
And
me, but you can't tell me. You can't control what I'm doing. Go
right.
through that. Yeah.
And like so as far as myself, like growing up, my mom played the disciplinary role and my dad was more of the easygoing, I guess more friend type. So I one thing I try to set out is to have a balance. Nobody wants to be mad or angry at their kid all day. But then again, you don't want your kid to walk all over you and don't have respect for you, or they feel like they can't uh or they feel like they can lie and like try to manipulate you even though you're the parent. So that's another thing. Um, that's about it, to be honest. Yeah, those are
No,
the two number one things like that I always think about.
gotcha. It's funny. I think I have my mom's love and my dad's authority. I don't know. I think I don't know why. Huh?
I said, can we get somebody to co-sign for that?
Simba. No, no. I don't got no kids out, but just but some things I'll take. Dad was good with I'm going to say discipline. He, obviously he was good at discipline. More just like structure and it's like trying to stick to routine. He was the one to teach me just healthy eating, staying active and stuff and things of that sort.
Uh-huh.
Well, she was the more caring. Oh, you hungry? Here, have this much food, blah blah blah. Stuff like that. Shit like where it was like, okay, there goes that balance, there goes that person to say stop. Another thing I take, I think I'm starting to do that now is just like the whole lecturing. At first, I hated it when I was a kid. I used to hate, he used to talk so much. He used to talk, yo. So you want to hear a funny story? When I was a kid, so like, I remember being with my dad. We had to go somewhere, pick up my brother from like school. I don't know if I told the story, but he was talking so much. I forgot. I could have been like 7, 8 years old. He was talking so much. Everybody, everybody from the block. So he gets in conversations, la la la. So by the time we got down to the school, it was like, oh my god, like yo, all right, I'm gonna just go get my brother. Let me go while you talk. I went to go get my brother, then but I couldn't find him. By the time I came back, they were all gone, and so like, and find out they went searching for me. So I had to walk home. Like I was like this little fucking 7, 8 year old walking home by myself. It was hilarious, and they was all fucking frightened. They like fucking shut the whole like back of the school down. Had the security looking all through the building for me. It was funny. I was home, but he talked a lot, and now like obviously he's lecturing. He just teaching lessons, and like you even know Sprad like sometimes when
Yeah.
you ask me a question, I get some advice and stuff like that. Then like yeah, I don't know, like it just come out of you, but like it's good. Like people need to hear that. People appreciate that. And like I know a lot of the stories that he gave me, like when I was young, like he'll say 10,000 times over, but then like that one time it happened, it's just like, oh shit, I know exactly what he's talking about now. Like he can prepare you for those situations. So some of the things I do better. I mean, obviously he wasn't like living in a household, so obviously just having a structured home, like, and just being serious, like when you have kids and just having relationships, when it comes to that, um, to be able to provide in your household and stay in your household and like just being there more for your kids supportively, like I'm not gonna even say financially because everybody have their own financial struggles and stuff like that, but just definitely like just like you said, being there, like just like showing up all the time, supporting the dreams. You know what I'm saying? Don't put doubts in like just like if you can't believe, just try to believe. Just try to understand your children. You know what I'm saying? Um, that's all I could really say.
No, I remember your dad being a lecturer, not to the extent that you said, but yeah.
Oh, because you wasn't around him enough. I'm
No,
telling you, yo, everybody on the block, yo. I'm telling you, everybody
no,
on the block.
I've been around him a couple times, but not long enough to, yeah.
Yo, trust me, yo, you can ask my girl. Sometimes he call me. I'll be on the phone for 2-3 hours. Just most of it is talking, just him talking. Like, yo, if you ever around a neighbor, yo, I'm telling you, you wasn't around enough. Like because sometimes it'd be like in the car driving around. He drop a song.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like you walk around and chill with him for a day, and you gonna get like 10 life lessons, bro. I'm telling you. Yo, you remember Ike?
Yeah.
I adopted him as my pops, like as his pops. He
They
was like,
look alike, bro. What you talking
that was
about?
the funniest thing. But nah, it was more like, yo, my pops was able to relate to him too, like and give him a lot of gems. Like my cousin too, my older cousin, like he definitely know how to like talk to like these kids. Like these things that they need to hear because like he went through it,
Mm-hmm.
so he was sharing his life lessons with them. I mean, you probably hear. I should have had his ass fucking call Shav him on like FaceTime or some shit. He just start talking, watch. And next thing you know, he gonna ramble. The next thing you know, you in the fucking hour conversation with him, and you be like, damn, he just said mad stuff. I already told you, Sprad. Growing up, he was in your situation.
Yeah, you did tell me that. Yeah.
Before he even had me, he was in your exact situation, bro. Your exact situation. It's not like you can't get any more identical more than like the fucking days they were born, bro. Like that ass. Nigga, I bet you if you have that conversation with him, this nigga will tell
They
you
gonna last
everything.
forever.
Yeah, the bro, like nigga, he'll tell you everything you went through, and you be like, damn, what's this guy? My fucking past generational soul or some shit, like. He's a cool dude. He's a cool dude. Everybody has to have their criticism, but no one's perfect in this world, so you can't
That's one
really.
thing you definitely get from him. Well, you said it, so
Well,
you're gonna be a lecturer.
I'm already doing it right now. Like,
Especially if you have a son. A girl, you may curve it a little bit, but
huh?
I said, especially if you have a son, you're gonna definitely be one of those.
I'm a fucking bro. You should have shown me my niece over, for when I was doing school, man. I was lecturing the shit out of her. I didn't even realize. I didn't even try to. I wasn't even trying to. I was trying to be like the cool uncle. But nah, it was just like, nah, man. Like I can't do this. Like I gotta teach you this. Like, bro, it's happening, bro. It's happening. But I also like to have fun though, so it's cool.
Before we wrap up, I got one thing to say for all the parents out there: girls are better than boys.
I believe it because I want a girl.
Wow.
I don't have no son, but I don't want. I think I'm good on that. I think I'm good.
You say that now until your girls teenagers.
Bro, they 7 already. What are you talking about? Like,
What?
I said they 7 already. I had 7 years to think about it.
You got 7 years to think about it. I don't think anyone's prepared.
I don't want
Everybody
to.
switch up when they're teenagers, huh?
I don't want a boy. I'm good. I'm good. I'm telling you, yo, girl. And you know what's? Let me put this out there. It's more fun enjoyable to shop for a baby girl than a baby boy.
Why is that?
You'll see in 2 years. You'll see.
Yo, you giving me why everybody giving me these fucking
Right,
ETAs,
Myron?
bro?
Yes, you'll see. In 2 years, you'll see.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
I have a bunch of nieces too, like so, like I know, bro.
it's way better. They got the bones.
I
Speaking of
love the
that,
nephews and stuff, but like I don't know, the girls are just cooler.
They,
I love
I,
all
I,
of them.
I feel like they got more substance. Like they got more depth to them. I don't know. Like
Especially when they're
Yeah.
younger. Like when they're older, maybe they lose. But I don't know. I got
I don't have any nephews, so I really don't know.
all the nephews do is just fucking do dumb shit and play around.
I
I just got a video from my cousin, and my nephew is literally in his older brother's like electrical car shit that they buy for the kids, and he's barely one, and he knows how to push the gas on it, but he doesn't know he has to use the wheel to drive. So he's pressing the gas, and then eventually the car runs into like a natural car, and his face, he eats the bumper, like his face eats a bumper, and all you hear is my cousin like laughing, and I'm laughing too, and I'm like, yo, this dumbass bro, but like
That's a
girls
boy
wouldn't do
thing.
that. It's a boy thing, exactly.
Yo, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's your father. I'm telling you, they way better. And I love both of my nephews, but it's girls are way better.
Take your word for it. Well, I can't choose what I'll have until I have it. Well, and then I can't choose it. I just got to figure it out when it's there. So, you know,
Yeah, that's
never
true.
be in my favor. No.
As long as you
whichever seed reaches first. You know, whatever.
you're gonna have a girl.
Anyway,
You're gonna have a girl when your time comes.
Anyway, shout out to my lovely lady. We about to have our 3-year anniversary, so
That's a long
vacation.
time.
Right? Shit. I mean, you're just saying, you're like, whoa.
That's
Well, it's not as
21 in
long as a
dog years, bro.
lifetime.
That's 21 years in dog years.
That's what?
In 21 years in dog years.
Bro, don't be talking about no dog years. I just watched this this movie called Hachi. It was like a dog life, Hachi, some shit like that. It's very depressing. Very depressing. But that's another topic for another day. Did we crack the code?
I think so. Happy Father's Day to all those dads out there listening in.
Happy motherfucking Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day for all the fathers.
Happy Father's Day, Sprad.
Thank you. Happy Father's Day to your father too. You and Lavelle's time to come in. Myron, I give you another 5 years.
Jesus.
Wow.
Wait, what's wrong with that?
No, that's fine. Honestly, that's totally fine. I think
You're like, yeah, I'm not ready.
Right before old, like feeling too old to be.
Not ready. But yeah, shout out to all the fathers out there in the world. Shout out to all the fathers in my family, my cousins. You know,
shout out to my cousin who just had
all my friends,
baby girl.
Shout out to them. Congrats.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to my brothers, Travis, Macho, Twin, my cousins, Keith.
Yeah, so many people. I can't be naming them all.
Michael, I'm naming the ones I'm close to. My cousin.
Shout out to all the mothers playing fathers as well. Understand the struggle.
They had to. I love them. They had their day last month. No disrespect. No disrespect. Happy Father's Day to my son T.I. He got like 8 kids. You know what I'm saying? Grand hustle. You know how we do it. Happy Father's Day to Kanye, Carlton.
How many kids you got? Like 4 or 5 of them now? 4,
right? I think it's 4.
Kanye has 4 kids, yeah. 2 girls.
Yeah.
He got a lot of kids, man. Shout out to him. But we, shout out to the real ones that we know. Fuck that. All right, let's end this. It's what, 3 guys?
3 guys,
one code. Follow us on Twitter. Instagram, Snapchat, Apple Music, Spotify. Go check us out. Like, leave reviews, all that stuff.
All that good stuff. Peace. Yes, bruh. Say something.